Good morning. Well, I got back from a trip. Well, not just got back on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. And to go back to work, But I went down a trip, visited an old friend of mine. His name is Adam Carrigan. And Adam is a avid snakehead fisherman. He's part of an organization called the Legion of Anglers. And he's I would say, definitely an ambassador for the sport. And took me down there to get me on some snakes. And it was a fun weekend. It was a weird bite because it seemed like I just happened to arrive, as these things sometimes happen, when the bite shut down. We went out. I got there Friday. We went out Friday evening. Caught a really nice sized bass. And Adam caught a few other bass, and everybody else we ran into on the water caught bass, but nobody caught snakehead at night. And I was laughing about it because they were all complaining about only catching bass. And nobody's catching snakes because they're not out there for bass there. We went out the next morning pretty early. Similar thing, ran into a bunch of dudes, and everybody's like nothing. And there's no bass or nothing on that other water. Eventually, as you can see by the thumbnail in this video, I did eventually catch a snakehead. It was a 22¼ inch fish. I highly recommend you checking it out. If you're a bass fisherman, the types of lures, are pretty similar. Use a lot of frogs, but I caught it on a tailored lure, Model D. While I was down there, I bought some more frogs. I bought a mega lure. I got some. This is not a frog, it's a different mouse shape with the Snakehead Outlaws. A lot of the stuff is applicable to bass fishing. Tackle. Tried some other things too. And I was at a great bait shop when I bought this stuff, but I'll get more into that in a second. But yeah, if you're used to bass fishing, Texas rig stuff, that's not really going to apply. You're thinking more of like a topwater game. Frogs, swim baits also work, and buzz baits are the game for snakehead. That's what most of the guys seem to go on. And there are parallels to bass fishing, but it hits different. That's what the kids say these days. It hits different. And yeah, so the top water blow up, and after the hook set, the weight and strength and fight of the fish is fundamentally different than a bass. Much more of a violent fight, I guess you could say. And the fish is way more active in your boat, and the fish has teeth, and you got to be more careful, and it'll do a death roll, does all those things. The one I caught was a little lively, but not terribly active. But yeah, it was a good experience, good learning experience. Great to be on waters away from home. And while I was there, I visited a bait shop, tackle shop called Captain Bones Bait and Tackle. I haven't been in a mom and pop shop like that in years. We just don't have them where I live anymore. There's a few, but they kind of have to cater to everything in order to be viable. Mostly hunting, because we have people fish around here quite a bit, but it's more about deer hunting around here and other types of outdoor activities. So they're more catch-all shops, and a lot of them end up becoming just gun stores. But this place was, and I had made a post on it on my Instagram. This is like as good as it gets. You walk in and it's just crowded with tackle all the way to the ceiling, in every direction. Small shop, but everything I was looking for. Could have bought a whole new setup. I got a bunch of stuff I just can't find around here. Items that I can't get around here. I can buy like these things. I like these Savage Gear swim baits. I can only get like one size here, but they had small, medium, and large. I can only get the small ones by me. different hooks that I just can't get locally. You know, just like some nice twist lock hooks that, you know, I normally can't get it here. Some flipping hooks, can't get them around here. You know, and all these other things, you know, Tech Lures and like local brands, like they were carrying, you know, locally made stuff, and you know, these cool buzz baits. There's an American Snakehead Customs buzz bait, which this is applicable to bass fishing. Frogs of all types are applicable to bass fishing. You know, I got these cool, this is also American Snakehead Customs, these froglets, like a soft bait. Kind of like, you know, it's like a toad, but it's a tadpole. It's like a bullfrog tadpole. So, got a lot of cool stuff at this spot. And it was just really cool to see a real legit mom and pop joint like that. And, you know, not going to Dick's Sports or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm going to, there is video of the trip down. I gave the video that I took to Adam, and he made a video out of it. Adam is I've known Adam for 20 plus years. We served in the 112th Signal Battalion of Fort Bragg together. He was a SATCOM guy, I was a radio guy. We both lived in the barracks at the same time. Anybody who's been in the service knows what that means. We partied, and we were, you know, we've been friends for a long time. We had a pretty tight group of dudes back then, and yeah, so it's great to be able to reconnect with them over these last couple of years, over, you know, via fishing. You know, one of the first videos I did, yakking in the marshlands, he's in it, and that's the first time I saw a snakehead get caught, wee little snakehead, in New York. And so they are in New York, but not like they are in Maryland and Delaware and Virginia and places like that. So, and it was yeah, it was pretty cool to be able to get down there and connect. And, you know, and it's been through fishing, even our families have met and our wives have met, and, you know, it's turned into a bigger thing than that. So it's fishing in general can be a way for people to just get together. It's not necessarily about who caught more, or you know who's putting up the bigger numbers. I mean, if you're a competition fisherman, great, that's awesome. But you know, that's not necessarily what it all has to be about. It can just be about doing things with your friends and community. I highly recommend you checking out Adam's channel, Carrigan Fishing. It'll be linked. I'll also link the first video we did about yakking in the marshlands. It's an older video of mine where you don't see the actual catch happen, but it's you see the aftermath, because I was over to the side, but you hear them talking about it, the two guys we were with. So yeah, so check it out, and I will also link the video that Adam made of our trip down below. Okay, and yeah, highly recommend, if you haven't done it, go check out a snakehead fishery somewhere. You can reach out to Adam himself. He's on Instagram, and he can put you in touch with a guide that would be more than happy to show you around somewhere in Maryland or Delaware, and you know, show you what it's all about. All right, everyone have a good day and good luck out there.